If you feel like you are constantly broke, like you're living paycheck to paycheck, like you get paid today and then after 5 days your money just disappears. Today we're going to talk about where you have financial problems. This is where the mess is happening and how you can fix it, because you can. Today we're going to touch on the 5 problems that you could be going through, the reason why you are in a situation where you feel broke, where you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck, where you feel like nothing is ever enough. You get an increase, you get even a bonus or a stock fell, but you still feel like there is no movement, there is no change in your financial situations. These are the 5 problems you could be doing today. Problem number 1 is that you do not have a budget. You have no idea where your money is going. You have no idea how much you actually came in. You are just swiping away. You are winging it. You are just hoping everything can fit in your budget. You're hoping you can just afford everything, and you're kind of guessing. So it's going to actually put you in a situation where your money is coming in and going out and you have no control over it. Actually, your money is telling you what to do. Your emotions are telling you what you need to do. If you just got paid today and you at Gateway or Menlyn Park or wherever, and you see those shoes that you actually really like and you know there's money in my card, you're going to buy them because you don't know how much is it that you actually have after your needs, after your debt, after your savings, after your future self, after putting your money in all the 7 categories that we've spoken about before in my previous video. You have no idea. So you are overspending. You're living above your means. You are just buying because you feel like buying. You're not actually having a plan for your money that's going to help you find that financial freedom. So how do you fix this problem? Is to create a simple budget. I don't want you to get intense. If you would like to get intense, I do have a spreadsheet that you can use, but you can just do something simple. Have 7 categories that I use in my budget and start categorizing your money. So category number 1 is your income, then your future self, then your high priority bills, then your subscriptions, then your debt, then your variable expenses, then your sinking funds. Whatever you have remaining after that, now you can add that as well into a variable expense. Variable expense is something that changes month to month. You can use whatever you have left and add those shoes over there, or add whatever it is that you want to overspend on that is not actually a priority, that you would be fine without. Like, for example, going out to a lunch with friends or whatever. If it was not in your budget, your friends will understand. But if you do your budget and realize, oh wow, I actually have like 500 Rand left, then you know I only have 500 Rand left to spend on this brunch. I don't have more than that, but I can spend less. I can try and challenge myself to spend less. In that way, you are telling your money where to go, but also you have prioritized your future self, your debt, your sinking funds, your high priority bills, and also your variable expenses, things that take you off budgets, like things like food, things like petrol, and miscellaneous spending. Problem number 2 is that you rely on debt for your lifestyle. So sometimes I meet with clients and I'll ask them, okay, why aren't you paying off this credit card? Because like maybe the credit card is not that big, you can get it other way because it's taking a lot of interest from you every month. And my clients usually say, oh, it's for like an emergency. If an emergency happens, I want to have my credit card, which is absolutely understandable. Like if you don't have an emergency fund, I understand that a credit card will help you. But now you've actually unintentionally told your mind that I don't need to put money away for an emergency fund because I have this credit card. So you're kind of relying on your credit card, which is relying on debt. But it's not just credit card. There's also loans and other things for people to travel and go on a family vacation. Some people take loans for things like that. For people to have a massive wedding, some people take loans for things like that. So you're relying on debt for the certain lifestyle that you are trying to live. I've got a t-shirt that I'm wearing today that says, don't go broke trying to look rich. Don't do that. If you cannot afford it, it's okay. Don't rely on debt because you're the only one who's going to be paying for it. You are going to swipe now and cry later. And then you've got this debt that is just over your head that you are struggling to get rid of. And that holiday is done. That wedding is done. The eating out, the food, whatever it is, it's done. But you're still paying this debt over that. So you don't want to put yourself in a situation like that. Actually, that kind of debt like bad debt, is eating your wealth away. What do I mean by that? It's holding you back from growing wealth, because now you need to tackle that. And trust me, I'm in the same situation right now where I'm trying to get rid of a very big personal loan. It's me and my husband, but I could be putting the amount of money that we are putting into this loan, I could be putting it into an investment, into a fund that is doing so well that I'm helping my clients right now put their money into. And I cannot wait to get to the point where I'm doing the same and I am seeing the results and I'm growing my wealth and I have peace of mind that if I had to decide to stop working for just 1 year, I'm perfectly fine because I've got a nice portfolio that can pay me an income for an entire year. So those are the kind of mindset you kind of want to be in. Those are the kind of things you want to know. That's why having a financial planner is quite important, because they're going to expose you to how life can be and how you can grow your wealth. Even if you don't have a business mindset, you can grow your wealth through investing. But now, if you are putting your money where there is an interest, basically where a big chunk of that minimum payment is going to just interest, you're going to take forever to pay off that debt. But also you could be using that money to grow an interest, not take an interest. In that way, your money is making money and it's working for you. Problem number 3 is that you don't save monthly. So saving every single month, having it on your budget. I've got my worksheet over here where it has a sinking fund as a category and a future self as a category. It's forcing you to put something there, even if it's 100 Rand. By doing that, you kind of growing a habit to save. It's becoming a very normal thing to put money away for the future, to take little steps so that you can get to the bigger goal. To have an emergency fund. So an emergency happens, you have now got a fund that you can take care of whatever the emergency is. So it's basically helping you for the future. It's like growing a muscle. You're not going to go to the gym and just work out for 2 hours and then see all the results today. But the little bit that you do every single day, going to the gym for 30 minutes a day, you're going to start seeing them in the future. And that results mean now you have more strength. It means you have more stamina. And it's just going to, you're going to reap what you sow. Just as the Bible says, you plant a seed and you're going to enjoy the fruit. So try your best to save monthly, even if it's just 10 Rand. You know I've got a 10 Rand challenge. The challenges are sold out for now. But you know what I'm trying to say. Start with just 10 Rand if you're struggling. That's how the 10 Rand challenge was born. When in 2021, when I was the only one working, because it was just after COVID, my husband is a chef, so he struggled to get a job again in the hospitality industry, but it really got a knock. The tourism industry really got a knock after COVID, and I was the only one working. And we have a little child at the time. She was using nappies, and we've got rent, we've got bills. You can watch my previous videos and you'll see that. And literally, I would put away 10 Rand or 20 Rand or 30 Rand, whatever I have at the time, just so I can grow that habit, so that when I do have more income, because I knew that the time will come when I'm going to get more income, I have a habit of saving. I feel guilty if I'm not saving, if I'm not putting money away. So start small. If you feel like, no, my budget, actually I cannot save, you don't have to save 1,000 Rand a month. But if you can, and how will you know if you can? Is if you do your budget. So you write down exactly how much is coming in, how much is going out that you know of. So your high priorities, your future stuff, so your retirement and stuff, your debt, so your minimum payment and whatever you are attacking, whatever debt you're attacking, your variable expenses and all of that. And if you go your income minus whatever you have budgeted, this is what's left. Then decide how much you are putting into saving for Christmas, for back to school, for whatever it is that you end up spending too much money. Problem number 4 is you don't have any financial goal. I sometimes meet with clients, they are saving. Like they are putting away some money away, and I ask them, okay, what is this money for? Or they have saved, like probably, sometimes I meet clients and they have like 200,000 saved in a bank. Don't do that. First of all, if you have that, let me know. I will help you grow your money without you doing any work. But sometimes I meet clients and I'm like, okay, what are you saving for? And they're just like, just money sitting there. It's just nice to have my money sitting there. But then that means that if anything had to happen right now, and maybe let's say in the family and they need money, you would be the first one who'd be like, oh yeah, I have money. And then you send it through, or you use it for something that maybe is not really a priority for you. So you need to have a goal. It's a psychology way of basically knowing exactly what this money is for. And if I take it away, I'm taking away this thing. It's not just about money. And money without value is like wasted. So what do I mean by that? I touched on this in our Wealth and Wisdom live last week, that if you have money and you need petrol, right? When you're driving around and you need petrol, and there is no petrol station anywhere near, what will money do for you? Nothing. So money needs a reason. Money needs a purpose. And that's why I'm against chasing money, because when you're chasing money, it's never enough for you. But when you're chasing a certain goal, a certain reason, then money has a purpose. So same thing, the value right now when I'm driving around without petrol is that I need petrol for my car. That's the value. I don't care. I've got the money. Here we go. Put petrol in my car so I can get home. So without that petrol, I can't get home. That means, what is this money for? So you need to have financial goal, and it's going to help you be able to be more like do countdown. It's a SMART goal. So it has like a time frame, and it has a actual measurable time, like it's achievable. So for example, if you say, I want to save 4,000 Rand by the end of this year. Now we can be like, okay, let's break down that 4,000 Rand into the 4 months that's left. That means it's 1,000 Rand a month. So it's a SMART goal. You know what I mean? It's specific. It's measurable, achievable. The SMART goal acronym. So you want to have SMART goals for your money, and then we're going to track it like that. Okay, 1,000 is done, the next 1,000, and we've reached your goal, and you know that it's for Christmas. So you're spending it guilt-free. You don't feel like you're spending your money. You are spending Christmas money. You need to use a psychology method in order for you to stick to your goal, to not use the money recklessly, but also to know what you're taking away from if you had to. So if you are saving money to purchase a home for your children, I have one client who has invested money, a large sum of money, and she wants to build a home for her children in the next 3 years. And in her head, that's money for her children's home. So if she had to say, no, I want to withdraw funds because my friends are going on a trip to Thailand, then I've taken money away from my children's home. So psychologically, you already know what you're messing with by touching this money. But also, if you don't touch this money, you already know what you're pouring into by investing monthly into this money or saving, whatever. But you see what I mean? So have a goal. Every single amount of money needs a role. It needs a value. It's not just about money. If money is to pay off debt, then that's the value, so that I can be debt free. And you're going to keep going because you know that it's going to grow your net worth. It's going to grow your wealth. It's going to get you out of this situation where people are calling you every single month asking, when are you going to pay for this credit card, for this loan, for this store card? You're going to get out of that and you're going to feel free. And that's the value. So having a goal, having a mission, having a purpose is what you want to do with your money, and not just chase. And I think that's also how I was able to get out of a full-time. It's because I no longer focused on, I just want money, and I've more focused on, I want freedom, fulfillment, fun, flexibility to own my time. That was my focus. So even if I'm not making as much money as I was when I had both the side hustle and the full-time job, but I've got my freedom, I've got my peace, I've got my time, and I'm paying my bills, and that's it. And that's my value. That's what I want. So ask yourself, what is the goal for this money, for your finances? Write it down now while you're watching me. What is the mission for the money? And then focus on that, not the money. Number five is you are copying others instead of learning. Oh my gosh. I see this a lot. What worked for your friend might not work for you. This is your personal finance journey. It is personal for you. You need to see what's going to work for you. You need to learn. You don't want someone to just give you something. You want to learn how to. Sorry about that. It cut off. I don't know where it cut off. But basically, what I was saying is problem number 5 is copying others instead of learning is what's going to cause you to be in a situation where you feel like, I've done everything and nothing is working. This is your journey. It's personal to you. It's called personal finance for a reason. That's why finding a financial planner and booking a one-on-one with a financial planner is going to be at your advantage, because with your financial planner, or with me, for example, I don't know how other financial planners do their planning, but with me, we actually go through your budget. We have a look at everything, have a look at your debt, have a look at what you're prioritizing, your income, all of that, and give you a kind of game plan that's going to help you be... I don't even know where I was. I keep getting these phone calls. Okay. So basically what I wanted to say, and I wanted to reference the Bible, a Bible principle that God has taught us, is the widow, she's in 2 Kings. I'm not sure what chapter and what verse, but I'll have it somewhere here, where her husband passed away and her husband had debt. And the debt collectors came and she didn't have money, she didn't have silver or gold, whatever, to pay them. So then they wanted to take her 2 children, her 2 sons, to be slaves for them to pay back for what the husband owed. So she started freaking out, and she went to Elijah and was trying to borrow money from Elijah. So step number 1 is, you trying to take more debt to pay off debt it's not going to really help. Let me put it that way. But I guess it will help here for now, and then now we've got this one, and it's just going to be kind of a cycle. So God is teaching us something completely different here. Elisha said, "What do you have in your house?" And she said, "Oh, I have just, a jar of oil." So basically, what do you have right now? "Oh, I just have my income. Oh, I just have, a budget. Oh, I just have a phone. Oh, I just have internet. Oh, I just have ChatGPT." What do you have right now that's going to help you make money? Not what you can get. What do you have right now in your house, in your hands, that's going to help you make money? So Elisha was like, go get a whole lot of jars, pour that oil into the jars, and once it has stopped pouring, once it's finished, sell that oil, take that money and pay off your debt collectors, and whatever is left, use that to make money to live from. So first of all, that's an amazing business. God is already teaching us that whatever you have, pour it into other people and people will pay you for that. But what I love about that is she saw just a jar of oil. But once she started using what God had given her, what God had in her house the whole time, there was an overflow. It just went on and on and on and filled up so many jars that she could sell. So once you start use what God has blessed you with, it will just multiply. It will be in abundance. It will overflow. It will overflow your cup. It will fill up as much as you can. You will make as much money because of that obedience from God. You make as much money to pay off debt, to find that financial freedom, to retire your mother, to give back, to give it at the church, or whatever it is that you are wanting to do that is aligned with God's purpose. So now she knows that if I want to make more money, I need to sell more jars. If I need money, this is what I need to do. I don't owe anyone. No one just handed over to me. She learned how to create a business, how to create an income for herself, how to save her children in times of trouble. So what you need to do is to learn what will work for you, is to find out what do you have in order for you to make money, to multiply your money, to get out of debt, or whatever it is that you have a goal on for your finances, whatever your financial goal is about, you need to find what will work for you. Build habits that you are going to be okay with, that you are going to enjoy, not something that's going to drain you. Look at your income and your bills. Look what you don't need and focus on what you need while you are getting out of debt, while you are saving for that emergency fund or for that wedding or for whatever it is that is in your financial goals. So just sitting there and just watching TikTok and then doing everything that TikTok says is not really going to help. What I always recommend is to focus on one thing and try and do it for at least 6 months and see if that won't change. In the Wealth and Wisdom group, if you would like to join, I'll have everything linked below. It's where we basically focus on these kind of things, biblical principles that are going to help us get out of debt and build wealth and a life that we enjoy. We also focus on starting a business. I have a Shopify link at the bottom. It is an affiliate link if you would like to use it to start a business, to start your Shopify. It's $1. I think you get $1. You get Shopify for $1 for 3 months, which is great for practicing. I am going to do a free masterclass as well here on YouTube, teaching you the basics of how to build a brand and how to sell a digital product and how to list it on Shopify. But I'll also be launching a replace your salary, because you know what? Sometimes all you need to do is just replace your salary. We get so overwhelmed with how to make $1 million, how to be a millionaire. Of course, that's what we want. But for now, all you need is just to know, Norma, how can I replace my salary so that I can get out of maybe a toxic job? I can get out of this hustle, bustle, crazy culture, like this wake up in the morning, get ready, get in the traffic. Maybe that's not for you. Maybe you're working with people who you don't enjoy working with. So let me teach you how to make money on your own. I did this, and that's how I managed to get out. So I'm creating a replace your salary course. It is going to be I'm pouring out my entire heart out of this course because I really want to teach you how to replace your course. I'm going to go in detail with Canva. I'm going to go in detail with Shopify and PayFast for checking out. I'm also going to go in detail with recording content, what I use, how to edit your content, just basically the tools that I use, the ring light, every single thing that's going to help you kickstart your journey and start posting content. And even if you want to go faceless, I started faceless where you just see my hands and see me catch stuffing on TikTok, and that blew me up. So if you want to go faceless, I'll teach you also that. But we have to know exactly how to start from A and go to B. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope that this has really helped you today. If you want the 7 category budget that I was showing you guys, then you're welcome to grab it on the link below. It is 100 Rand. It comes with the spreadsheet and with the PDF. Maybe you can just practice with your PDF and then populate everything on your spreadsheet, or the other way around, or just use the one. If you want to join the Wealth and Wisdom group, our next live is next week, Friday, the 12th of September. We're currently working on Life by God's Design. So basically focusing on the life that God has designed for you, and not just focusing on what you're currently going through right now, but what is it that God says about your life when it comes to just you and God. Because God says different things about all of us. We have different seeds, we have different talents, we have different gifts, but you forget about it because you're focusing on what the world tells you to do, I guess. So we're kind of tapping into that identity that God has designed for us. So that's if you want to join the Wealth and Wisdom group. But everything else, spreadsheet, all of that, it's linked below. And the replace your salary, I'll have the waiting list as well below for that course. That I'm excited for, because it's really time for us women to start living a life we enjoy and be more in touch with our feminine side, and not just be muscular all the time, where we just, not even, we struggle to pour into our cup. We struggle to be fully present as a mom or a wife because I'm working, I'm trying to make money. It's just too much. But once you start being more in tune with God and you own your time, you start being more feminine and soft again, and you feel good, and that's what we need. And if you're a man, of course, you want to be more muscular, make more money, and I will teach you how to do that with the Replace Your Salary course, and I'll let you know when it launches. I'm currently working on that program. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.